I was shocked for two reasons. Number one, the personality who was involved, as well as the environment at which the assault happened. Murtala is somebody that every court user will tell you that he is a very responsible journalist. He understands the ethics of covering court correspondence and issues happening around the court and the law. He's one person that people can attest to that fact. It was for this reason that we adjudged him as the best court correspondent when we had our 50th anniversary. So we felt so sad about what has happened to our brother. We have seen this attack happening within the court premises as an assault on the judiciary and the justice delivery. It is an attack on press freedom and an attack on our democracy. It is unlawful, it is uncultured, and must be condemned in no uncertain terms. We are happy that he has filed a complaint at the ministry's police station, and then we are hoping that we will follow through with this matter so that anybody who is culpable in this will be dealt with in accordance with the law to serve as a deterrent for people who may want to repeat such conduct on journalists, either within the court premises or outside the court premises.
Right. And I mean, from the perspective of JUSAG, when journalists who are accredited by the judicial service to cover issues that come up in court for the consumption of the public, you know, and all of that, what are the protocols that are in place to ensure that they're able to do their work and do it very well, if any?
So generally in the court premises, it's not everybody who is allowed to come into the courtroom. But outside the courtroom, it's okay. Anybody can be around the court premises. When you are coming, we have police who screen you before you go through. Of course, if somebody is standing trial and then the people who are coming to, give him some kind of moral support, these people are not disallowed from coming into the court premises. Every court has a warrant officer who is attached to the court to ensure the safety of the court users, as well as journalists who come around, and every other staff and every other person within the court premises. So these protocols are there. And looking at the case, we least expected that such an attack could occur within the court premises.
Right. And of course, obviously, what we're seeing happened outside of the court premises. And so as a journalist, he was well within his rights to be able to take coverage of everything that was going on around.
Absolutely. It was within his right to do so. This was the first time. He has even covered more sensitive cases and from outside the courtroom than what happens. Comment is not allowed within the courtroom. Inside the courtroom, it's not allowed. And outside the courtroom, you are permitted to take footage of whatever that is happening, just to guide the news of people to understand the atmosphere behind the cases. What he did, there is nothing wrong with what he did. In as far as we are concerned, and the code of conduct that is given to the court correspondents are concerned, he was well within the ethics and in the law in terms of the coverage that he was doing. It's just unfortunate that some people decided to take the law into their own hands that way.
So, I mean, on the part of JUSAG, moving forward, for your journalist of the year, is there any extra action that you're willing to take to make sure that this case is pursued to its logical conclusion and that justice is served?
Sure. So we are looking at the broader comprehensive security systems within our courts. This is not an isolated incident. There are other attacks that are happening on our staff at various courts, and we're taking steps to ensure that attack on anybody, whether a staff or a journalist or a court user within the court, is punished. That is the steps we are taking. And for Murtala, who is usually, you can describe him as the source of news within courtrooms, we find that as unfortunate, and we are going to give him all our support to ensure that whoever is involved in this matter is dealt with in accordance with the law. He has the full support of JUSAG in this trying time that he finds himself in.
Very well. Abdullahi Yakubu, thank you very much for speaking to us here on Newsroom. Abdullahi Yakubu is the Secretary for the Judicial Staff